Welcome to the review that dripped blood. I'm your host, Jeffrey Woods, and in this episode, we're going to do something a little different. With David Gordon Green's divisive conclusion to his Halloween trilogy still in theaters, and the holiday itself right behind us, I decided what better time to take a closer look at the equally divisive and controversial video game based on the franchise. Just a quick heads up, if you're watching this review, I'm going to assume that you've at least seen the first film in the franchise and are familiar with characters, locations, and basic plot elements. Halloween was released on the Atari 2600 in October of 1983. It was developed by MicroGraphicImage and published by Wizard Video. An ambitious game for the time, Halloween places the player in the role of the film's protagonist, Laurie Strode. I should note, however, that Laurie, like the film's antagonist, Michael Myers, is never referred to by name anywhere on the game's box art, the instruction manual, or in the game itself. The player's objective in the game is to maneuver through the Doyle's two-story home, find the children Laurie is babysitting, and safely escort them to one of the house's four safe rooms, all while trying to avoid Haddonfield's very own boogeyman. So, what do I like about this game? I am legitimately blown away with the programmer's creativity. They did a great job recreating the last portion of the 1978 film where Laurie has the children hiding in various locations before ultimately sending them down the street to a neighbor's house while avoiding and fending off Michael. While it might seem primitive, I'm really impressed with the design of the Doyle's two-story home, which is filled with spacious, brightly lit, colorful rooms. Stairwells in the safe room allow the player to move from one floor to the other, and hallways allow you to swiftly traverse from one point of the house to the other while avoiding Michael. Be careful though, because Michael can also use these hallways and might jump out at you when you least expect it. According to the instruction manual, the player can expect blackouts in some of the upstairs rooms that occurs because of the house's age and faulty wiring. I love this detail as it creates a tense atmosphere where Michael can be at his deadliest. Much like the movie, the player will eventually find a knife somewhere in the house that can be used to stab Michael, which will give the player a momentary breather. So, what makes this game so controversial? The answer to this question is the gore. By today's standards, the effects are almost comedic. If Michael manages to catch up with Laurie, he'll cut her head off, and pixelated blood will squirt out of her neck. While I don't remember Michael decapitating anyone until Halloween Resurrection, I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I was cackling the first time I saw her headless body run from one room to the other, where it magically reappears. What I do have a problem with is the depiction of Michael murdering children. He will repeatedly stab the child, and blood will squirt out of the child's head. I don't care how primitive the animation is. Such a violent death seems unnecessary. With that being said, MicroGraphicImage knocked the game out of the park, which is why I'm rating it 10 decapitated babysitters out of 10. Before I let you go, I'd like to take a moment and plug my first children's horror novel, Eerie, Ohio, Here Comes the Boogeyman, which follows 12-year-old Shelley Green, who, with the help of a new friend, revisits his past and possibly awakens an ancient evil. If you enjoyed this review, please make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to the review that dripped blood.